finishing up the battens, the gaps. Okay, I was putting those off, and now it's, I think I just don't like working on this grade here. I've been saving this for last. So I'm gonna finish it up now, and that way we can prime the whole thing, and we'll be able to then paint it and move forward here. So. Can't remember the name of them. So all I'm doing is cutting the 2.5-inch battens and putting them up into the cross studs between. So there's a cross stud here. I know they're not called goblets. Goblins? What the hell are they called? Anyway. So yeah, I just put one up, I level it up, and boom, boom, boom. There's 4 cross studs on each wall here. So I'm doing the top section right now. I'll do around this window, get to that corner, then I'll turn the side, and then we got one last project to do on this shed, which is going to be a pergola over the double door on this side. I guess we got to build the double doors too, but that'll be like finishing touches. But we're going to build that pergola. I got all of the wood cut for it already. Of course, it's out of poplar. It's been sitting there for a couple, maybe a week or 2 now, and yeah, I'm excited. Now that the roof is on the shed, I was able to get my tools inside, and I even set up the saw in there just so I'm in the shade, because it's just like, it's really hot out now. It's in June. All right, let's cut a few and we'll put them up. This is I've been using this for a while, and I can confidently say I like it. It was pretty cheap. It was like $100, you know what, I don't even know what it was. 100, it was no more than 200. So this is the 30 to 34 degree framing nailer by Banks, and Harbor Freight sells it. You get the warranty on it, of course. It holds two rings of nails plus some, so you can get certainly enough nails in there to last you a while before you got to reload it. It's just a good product. I really like it. It really fires it in there. See, I was gonna get that battery operated DeWalt, thinking that I'd be in the woods building the house without power, blah blah blah. I really like this. Can't go wrong with the pneumatic. So So speaking of this nailer, it's got 2 modes. It's got the multi-fire mode, which is what I normally keep it on, and it also has, there's a switch here for a single shot mode. A single shot mode, you have to depress the head like that and then pull the trigger. The multi-shot mode, I call it bump mode. You just kind of pull the trigger and then bump it and it'll fire. That's good fire starter. I hate that saw. This thing has the worst fence. I don't know, it's just, it's lined up, the splitter. Maybe it's crooked. Maybe it needs to twist. I don't know, these kickback things aren't too reliable. It's just a bad saw. I don't like it. There's a new one of those in my future, I think. It's just not safe to work on something that, like, I've used table saws many times in my life. That one's a bad one. All right, that came out good, guys. I like how the batten came out on the front. Looks nice. So now we're gonna shift to the side here. So I'll do the pergola up there, but I'm gonna wait on the battens because the pergola will go across some of those. So we'll have some small batten pieces that we'll need to install. I don't want to undo any work. So that's the last of it. I already did the eave up there. So we're good. We just have this last batten wall to finish, and we'll start on the pergola now. All right, guys, we are nearing the end of the list as far as projects that we have to do for the shed. So today we're focusing on the pergola, and I hope I could do this in one day. Maybe even get something else done today too. So it's not that complicated. I have in front of me here, this is a nice 9-foot piece, and I cut it at the same angle of the roof. So that's like a, what is that? Off of this, it's a 37 degree. So it's the 912 angle I'm kind of obsessed with lately. I like that. I like the 912. All right, so here's what we're making. So that's this piece here. We have a bunch of little pieces to make, and we have, I already cut right there. There's 4x4s that are gonna, see, I was gonna have these, here, let me show you. I was gonna have these. There's the door header, which kind of split on me. Oh well. I was gonna have these sticking through here, like all the way through the wall. Like I cut a hole in the siding and it would stick through to this side. So if you can imagine a hole there, I was gonna have it right here, and I would bolt it down from the top of that board, and then everything would sit on here. But I have another idea. I'm hoping that I can bolt the 4x4 up this way into the piece that's right in front of me here. So if you can imagine, I find the location that it goes. I put the board like this, and I put lag bolts through it into this piece. Then I hang the whole thing on the wall and connect it with more lag bolts to each of those studs above the header. I think that's gonna work out just fine, because you think engineering wise, the thing is gonna wanna like twist down this way, and if it's attached together, it's just gonna be like squeezing that 4x4 up against the siding. And I just don't think it's necessary to cut a hole, mount that thing in, because I'd have to remove material to do that too. Hey Carmen, this is Carmen's new jam. This is her new spot, right sweetie? Yeah, when it's hot, I turn the fan on. We're gonna make a maker pipe dog bed here very soon. And it's gonna be behind me, but we're gonna give the little puppies a place to come chill with me and cool off when it's hot, give them some place. We'll just keep the doors open, put a water bowl in here, and they could have a nice place to cool off. Also, I wanted to mention, this is the blade, this old blade. I think it was a, what does this say? It's a 7 1/4 blade. Hollow ground, what? Planer? I don't know. So that's an old, just plain steel blade. And that's what I cut those metal roof panels out of, and it worked fantastic. It's really dull now, but this thing will chew through that metal paneling easy. I wouldn't even bother getting carbide blades. See, I swapped it out because I was working on this project now. And I put this cheap Craftsman blade on here, and it's got little carbide tips on there. And I'm glad I didn't do that right away. I used this thing first, and I'm gonna save this for when we start working on the house, because this thing will probably cut all the panels for the house. Pretty cool. I didn't have high hopes, but this thing really surprised me. So if you have a blade like that laying around in your garage, try it on, you know, the reverse and cutting it with the with the panels. All right, let's get to work on this already. All right, we got these shaved down to 10 inches each. 1, 2, 3 of those. Okay, so we're gonna put one in the middle and then measure off. We gotta measure the door here. It's about 7 feet, I think. Well, the trim anyway. So, six, 10 and 3/4. All right, let's go mark up one of the. We gotta know where to put these. Okay, I think I'm gonna use this guy because it's got some pith in the board, and I don't want that. Yeah, I want this one. See the pith there? Not excited I use that piece, but this is what we're gonna use. So, all right, let's mark this up. So this is gonna go on the wall. One of these is gonna go here, here, and here. We gotta see what we need here. See what my notes, if I could read it anymore. All right, so that is 1 foot 5 3/4, and I need 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 of them. Okay, so let's cut those, and those are at a 2x6. Let's do that. I mean, I'm gonna need. But I got my 2x6s over here. Oh, let's see, that's a good piece. Let's just do one at a time and see what we end up with. That's poplar, guys. Look at that. That's not a very good cut, what I was talking about. If this was a nice board, be quarter sawn, the grain would go like this, instead of it going across like this, like a rainbow. So, one day. got one more thing to do here, guys, and that is, you can't see it here, but there's gonna be a 2x4 somewhere. It sits above that back one. I'll have to show you what it's for when I build it, but I gotta cut a 2x4. Going down to the garden, guys. It's been raining a lot. And I'll tell you what we've been eating. Man, I swear, it's like you could watch that stuff grow. That is cool. All right, man, it's looking good. Except for the spinach. Or is that the... No, that's the arugula and the spinach. They both bolted before we were able to really get into them. But I'll tell you what we're enjoying is this right here, this lettuce. I knew this was going to be good. I just picked a whole salad from this yesterday, and I swear... I swear, like, some of these leaves grew overnight, it seems. I know that sounds silly, but... Anyway, so I'm kind of harvesting and eating as I go. I don't grab too much from one plant. I just pick the big guys. What are you? Oh, it's just a leaf. And it is so good. It's got a lot of dirt on it from the rain, but see, I just grabbed the tall leaves, and then all these heads send out new leaves, and it's amazing lettuce. Oh, I'm not making a whole salad. I'm just doing stuff for sandwiches. So let's just get the tall ones, and that's probably good for 2 sandwiches, I would think. There we go. I just walk in between the aisle and pick a few. This is the Swiss chard. That's looking good. It's getting nice and big. We have a few insect holes. I don't care. They don't really bother us. And there was another form of lettuce right here on this end. But our bush beans are doing good. Here, I'll give you a quick little walk, and then I'm going to eat some lunch. And look at the size of our zucchinis. Look at that. Isn't that cool? I could see one growing now. There's one right there. That's cool. Got our first sign of some zucchinis coming. There's our potatoes back there, bush beans, and our cabbages, let me see here, are starting to roll. So they're starting to form heads. That's good. This guy got attacked pretty good by something. But yeah, I mean, aside from some leaves having some insects interested in them, it's been pretty great. All the cucumbers shot up nicely. Our pumpkin patch is over there. Our corn is starting to get tall. The only thing we're not really seeing too good of a response from are the peppers, but they might just be late. As a matter of fact, I could see a few right now. I really got to get through here and weed. I mean, these are a bunch of carrots. Look at all the onions, the beets. We got chives here. We got celery right there. This is, what are those? Radishes. Tried one last night. We already got a bulb, about a 1-inch bulb on them. So, okay, this is, we're gonna go rinse this up, put it on our sandwiches today, and get back to work on the pergola. Alright, while Meg's doing that, she's going to dress up all of those, what do you call those things? Are they rafters? Are they ribs? Are they pergies? I don't know what you call them. How about pergies? While Meg's working on the pergies, because it's a pergola, and it's going right there above Meg's head. I explained all this already. While Meg's doing that, I marked out, I spread them apart. We're doing 9 inches on centered, and I just cut a 2x4. And then, so these are going to be positioned here, like the bottom goes there. There we go, like that. Okay. Good job, Meg.
Oh, thanks, John.
That's Meg's bug dance.
You should have seen Autumn's bee sting dance.
Yeah.
Oh, John, speaking of stories, do you want to tell our viewers what happened to us the other night?
All right. So, here, let's get Meg doing that. Okay, that'll work. All right, guys. Don't shake the tables, man. Funny story for you. The other night, laying in bed, it's 2 a.m.
Wait, I need to.
Why?
I need to say a pre-story, a preface. We've been told by so many people here. Everyone's like, "See any bear yet?" Everyone asks. We haven't seen any yet, but we know they're here.
I grew up with bears running around the backyard. I don't know what everybody's concerned about. They leave you alone. Just stay out of their way. Don't chase them. Don't go run after them with your tablet and try to take a picture. Just leave them alone. They'll stay out of your way. Make noise when you're out and about. You don't even know they're there. It's not like they're gonna go like wait in the tree line and like maul you. It just...
Maybe that's why we haven't seen any, because the girls are so loud that
Probably.
they'd just be scared to come near us.
All right, so 2 a.m. I wake up, I hear a noise. I hear footsteps, and it's not like, you know, a raccoon. Footsteps. And it was like right by my head, right at the end of the camper there. And I was like, great, the trash can. And then all of a sudden I hear this like, I was like, oh jeez. I wake up Meg, I said, Meg, stop shaking the can.
Sorry.
I wake up Meg. I go, Meg, there's a bear outside. She says, what? I said, look out your window. Perfectly framed in the window. Meg, what was there?
A huge white horse.
Big horse. Just munching away on grass.
We're not using
But
this.
we're not done yet. Why not?
That's the one with the knot in it.
We're not done yet. The horse brought friends. 18 friends. Sheep. And they were lined up in a single file line. So we had a laugh, and then I went outside. I was like, you know, I don't want them down by the garden. I went to, and here's the thing. So we knew the horse was our neighbor's horse. Its name is Sugar. I've never met the thing before, but the guy told me his name is Sugar. So I go out there, I go, Sugar! Yeah! Like that. And Sugar looked at me like, dude, how do you know me? And then they, yeah, he ran down the road and just went back. They're probably a mile off their property, but they free range, and I guess it's a normal occurrence. But anyway, good story, funny, fun times. You never know what's gonna happen.
This is the kind of setting we live in.
Yeah.
You never know what's going to be outside your window. The other day I was driving down the road off of ours, and there was a horse in the middle of the road. So, it happens.
Yeah, giddy up, baby. Now I'm wondering, can this thing be adjusted down that far? So 3 inches. Doesn't look like it, does it?
No.
Damn, now what? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna zip it as far as I can, and then I'll do the rest of the handsaw.
Buzzy saw? Oh, handsaw.
No, handsaw.
Okay.
Like what real men used to use.
Real men.
Only problem is the thing is duller than a spoon. Should have a real one. You hear that, Papa? I need a handsaw. He tends to show up with just tools.
Every time my dad comes, he gives John his old
likes
tools.
getting rid of
I don't need this anymore. Here's a ladder. I don't need this anymore. Here's a saw.
keeps him busy.
I think he'd rather see you use them than them sit in his garage.
Good.
I think that's what it comes down to. Right, Dad?
Could use this thing too. Raise up the blade 3 inches and run it along. That's a little, I don't trust that saw.
We call this saw Scary Saw. We don't like it. This guard on it was missing for a few years. We finally found it, and then we realized why John's dad took it off of this saw, because it's a pain.
So here's the back plate. That gets attached to the wall along with this guy here.
Okay.
It overhangs like an inch this way. And then you come along with this, click them into place like that. And then he's gonna line up like
Nice.
that. And we'll do that all the way down. We're gonna paint this. We'll caulk this before we paint it. But it'll look nice and inset.
All right. Looks good.
Yeah.
And where do the 4x4s go?
The 4x4s go on the bottom. They are basically the bracket that's holding up these two monster pieces,
Okay.
boards.
Gotcha.
They go on the bottom. There's one in the middle and two on the sides.
All right. Looking good. So now you have to cut 9 more?
Yep. Guys, you need yourself a Meg. I'll tell you why. Okay? This is what it's gonna look like. Okay, this overhangs a little bit there and there. Okay, so this is going up against the shed. My hand is the shed. These little guys, they get attached here, and they get attached with fasteners through the back, okay, to hold them in place. This piece here is, well, basically, we're gonna have to attach this piece with lag bolts to the structure right there. And so it came into play, if this is here already and everything's like, I can't get the fasteners without using a socket, whatever. Then, so the problem is these click in and I can't get this board up here. Meg's standing here looking at me and she goes, but you could slide it in from the side. Blew my mind.
Show your face when I said that.
So, all right, we got our bolts in. We got our pilot holes in. They're all ready to go. Got my impact wrench driver thing. I got, should have enough power there.
We're being attacked by flying ants.
Yep. All right, we're
They're
ready to put
nasty.
this thing on the wall. And then the last thing, guys, we're gonna take that other piece, the other header, and just slide that right through here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think it's gonna be a smooth slide, but
It'll slide. It'll be fine.
It'll be fine, she says. Okay.
All right, let's do it.
So let's move these sticks. Oh, Meg, cue the heavy metal music. Oil.
What can I do to help?
I don't know. Just cheer me on.
You can do it. Go, John. Here, I'll get a pusher stick.
Oh, stick.
A what? See, I could help. Up, down, left, right. You
Push
tell
that
me.
one up.
Up, down.
Oh, I'm in 7.
Yeah. You can do it. Want me to hit it?
Sure.
Okay. I hit it. Do I have to put the board up?
I don't know nothing.
Ready?
Yeah. I like the way it came out, guys. Look at that. Look at it.
That's really cool.
Yeah. I'm glad we didn't just rest them on top. I really, really like how it looks with the pieces right up against the other piece of wood, kind of inset. Here's what it looks from the bottom, looking up. And the only hardware that's showing is the bolts and washers. Same thing on the bottom here on the 4x4s. This worked extremely well too. So I mean, remember assembly, this thing is just attached to that back plate, and if there's any pull on this piece this way, it's going to push against those 4x4 inches there. Not only there, it's also going to push on that one, and it's also going to push on the right one. So that would be a ton of torque required to pull that thing off the wall, and more than enough to hold that other board in place. So I feel like it's built strong, and it's really, I'm proud of it. Looks good.
Yes,
I mean, for
Daddy.
one day, that's not bad.
Yes, Daddy, can make a little plate for
Let me take a zoom shot. There you go, guys. Came out good, Meg.
Yeah, it did.
You excited about it?
I am. It looks great.
Yeah.
I went and did laundry yesterday. John has said that's the last time I'm gonna have to go to the laundromat.
Meg, no one cares about laundry. Just like my shaving.
People have asked and wondered how we're taking care of laundry.
Yeah, we go and do it.
Laundry's gonna go in the shed.
We
All right,
will.
let's do the pergies.
We'll need like 4-inch bolts for that, maybe.
All right.
All right, these are pergies, guys. And I don't care what the real name for them is.
There probably
Like
is an
pergies.
official name. We're calling them
don't care.
pergies.
Pergola rafters, pergola beams, pergola joists, pergola ties, pergies. Boy,
He's obsessed with making jigs.
I love jigs.
He always says, I'm gonna make a jig for that.
This is my jig. Okay, this is my pilot hole jig.
Then we sing, get jiggy with it.
Well, instead of like getting a tape measure awkwardly between these two pergies, I'm just using this jig, and I get it between. It's kind of a tight fit though. I should have shaved it a little bit more. Anyway, this one, you get it between, line it up on that top line here, and then just zip it in with that a little bit. Now I got a nice center mark.
Nice.
And that's where I'm going to put my bolts.
John likes to make jigs.
So we do that.